Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's my Euro 2020 round of 16 preview. This video is brought to you by Kitbag. Do use the link in the description box below to shop, and I'll include a promo code as well for a decent discount. I'm currently in Amsterdam. It's 10:30 p.m. I just got in from the Wales-Denmark game. Oh my god, what a night. I'm going to insert some footage here. The atmosphere was something else. I'm still buzzing from it, to be honest. Right now I've got the Italy-Austria match on in the background, so I'll try not to get too distracted with that. In the morning I'm going to fly to Hungary for the Netherlands-Czech Republic game. So let's start with a preview for that one, shall we? So the Netherlands, they've been in fine form going into this match. A 100% perfect record leaving the group stage. It will instill a lot of confidence in the team, I think. I think it's fair to say that they've overperformed somewhat on their group stage run. Their last result, the 3-0 win versus North Macedonia, was a very good game for them. Fluid in attack and constantly threatening the North Macedonia goal. I guess if I could pick one fault for them, it would be that they're not that quick to transition from attack to defence, and against a team like Czech Republic who have that capacity to counter, then it could be a potential problem. Czech Republic's campaigns so far this tournament, it's been a bit of a mixed one. You know, their defence has been fairly leaky and they might struggle to deal with that Dutch attack. Patrick Schick, he has been on very good form for them so far, being their, focal point in attack. 3 goals in 3 games. He's scored all of their goals. Will he continue this fine goal-scoring form into the round of 16, though? We will see. Against a superior opponent like England, the Czech Republic side didn't really threaten, and I expect the same for when they face the Netherlands. I think it will be a tight one, but I do expect the Netherlands to just edge it. I'm anticipating like a 2-1 result. Right, let's move on to Belgium, Portugal. One of the better clashes, I think, on the round of 16. 2 heavyweights, 2 favourites who will go ahead in this thrilling encounter. Belgium, they've entered the tournament as people's second or third team, so there is this expectancy already on their shoulders, and I'd say that they've dealt with it quite well. Lukaku, he has been firing on all cylinders, scoring 3 goals, and then De Bruyne regaining full fitness and already having 2 assists. It will be a massive boost to Roberto Martinez. The one thing I do worry about for them is their defence. They're not the most solid of central defenders, but, they've only conceded 1 goal, so that kind of speaks for itself. Their midfield and attack makes up for it, to be fair, and it's definitely one of the best in Europe, that's for sure. Right, Portugal, they've been quite a weird team, a convincing 3-0 win over Hungary and then a 4-2 thrashing from Germany. I think that humbled them. And then a 2-2 draw with France, a strange run of results. But what we haven't found strange is obviously Ronaldo, being involved amongst the goals. He's already scored 5 and he's got 1 assist, I believe, as well. He's 36 years old. He's an unreal player and all that pressure is on him to deliver. I think Bruno Fernandes has been sort of underwhelming this tournament, and he was rightfully benched in that France game where Renato Sanchez really stole the show. Conceding 4 to Germany, it was very unlike Portugal, who are normally a solid team, but it seems that they have recovered from their confidence with that draw against France. I'd say it will be a goal fest, but Portugal edge it out for me, and I think they'll win 3-2. Right, now let's talk about France versus Switzerland. Probably everyone's main choice when asked who's winning the Euros, the best midfield in Europe, one of the most talented squads to go around it. France, they just have quality oozing in every position, and naturally with these, with that level of players, you expect them to win and you expect them to dominate each and every game. That 1-0 win over Germany, which is a very solid result, and then that disappointing 1-1 with Hungary, and then a 2-2 with a pretty resilient Portugal. It's nothing to get excited about as we expected. You know, a lot was expected of Paul Pogba. The boy, he's delivered. He's controlled the midfield almost all of the time, and you know, he's threading outrageous passes to Benzema and Mbappe, and he should have more assists, but he's still performed at his peak level, I feel. Then Switzerland, you know, they weren't that impressive this tournament, I feel. They've always had a decent squad, but they never seem to do much with it, I feel. You know, that 1-1 draw with Wales, and then a 3-0 thrashing from Italy, and then a 3-1 win here against the worst team in the tournament, Turkey. I don't have much faith in them at all. I do expect France to dominate them. I think a 3-0 win is on the cards for France. Right, moving on to Croatia versus Spain. I think Croatia have had quite a mixed tournament since their success in the 2018 World Cup. I think a lot has changed with them. Rakitic, Subasic, Mario Mandzukic, they've all retired from international duty. They do still have key players like obviously Luka Modric, Lovren, Vida, Perisic, but you can tell it's just not the same, and it was evident in the group stage. Quite a poor performance against England, which led to their 1-0 loss. Then a good draw against Czech Republic, and then a very good 3-1 win against Scotland. I was there. That was a great game. They have been a bit toothless, but they do lack that cutting edge sometimes. But you know, when you have Modric, anything is possible, to be fair. Spain have been the biggest disappointment so far for me. I'm not going to lie. Morata, I think he's been quite wasteful in front of goal, and so have a lot of the Spaniards. No goals scored against Sweden, only one against Poland, and then they put 5 past Slovakia. Okay. They've also missed 2 penalties. Gerard Moreno and Morata, both of whom are strikers. A bit questionable. I think Spain are a good team. I think they control the ball, they have possession, they dominate the game, but when it comes to the final shot, they're definitely missing something, and I think that something is a clinical striker. If they had, you know, a David Villa, a Diego Costa, I'd be much more confident in them. But right now, I'm not that sure of them. And saying all this, I do actually think that they will edge past Croatia in extra time. It will probably finish 2-1 to Spain. Right, now let's talk about the much anticipated England versus Germany clash. I think England fans have not been entirely happy with their Euro campaign this summer. I think they had a group, when you compare them to the quality of England's squad, and yet they were quite boring and somewhat uninspiring in performances. Only 2 goals scored, both from Raheem Sterling. No goals conceded though, and just like the Italians, that's pretty commendable. Southgate has been rotating his attacking options, but fans are still just crying out for, you know, Jadon Sancho to start a game and get minutes. I think Phillips has been very impressive. I think Harry Kane so far, not so much, barely getting 100 touches in 3 games. I think Southgate will have to change things up to keep up with the Germans. Die Mannschaft have done exactly how people predicted they would. I think they kind of scraped through to get here. You know, a 1-0 loss to France, a 4-2 thumping of Portugal, and then a disappointing 2-2, wasn't it, with the underdogs Hungary. They've been okay. Their defence is a little bit shaky. Their midfield is up there with the best, not going to lie, especially, you know, with Klose, Goretzka, Kimmich, Gundogan. They have options. Havertz has turned up for them. He scored 2 goals and he's been their unlikely hero. I think Germany just have the edge on them mentality-wise, and that will push them over the edge, and it will be enough. I predict 2-1 to Germany. Lastly, let's finish by talking about the Sweden versus Ukraine match. Sweden played very decent in the group, and they turned out to be quite solid. I think they've only conceded 2 goals, 2 clean sheets. You know, it makes for a very good defensive record. Their standout player, it has to be their youngest striker, Alexander Isak. He has lit up the tournament for Sweden, showcasing his very intricate footwork for such a tall player. It kind of reminds me of Henry when he used to take 3 or 4 men on. Sweden also have Kulusevski off the bench, so they do have a very solid attack paired up with their pretty good defence. Ukraine, on the other hand, they've had an okay group stage. They had an exciting 3-2 loss to the Netherlands, a 2-1 win over North Macedonia, and then a 1-0 loss to Austria on that final day. Not the most exciting, but their forwards have been very good, especially Yaremchuk and Yarmolenko. They've both had 2 goals each, and then with Zinchenko and Malinovsky in the midfield, I mean, I think it's the perfect balance between attack and defence. I think this is pretty crucial for them. I think their Achilles heel is definitely their keeper, I'm sorry to say, but he's looked quite shaky, nervous on the ball, doesn't make all the saves you'd expect him to make. I think Isak will light up this game. Excuse me. I think it'll be 2-0 to Sweden. Yeah, so there's my preview. Do you guys agree or disagree with my forecast? Sorry, I'm really exhausted, so I'm just rambling, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do want to shop on kitbag.com, check the link in the description below. Use the promo code. Italy have just scored in the 95th minute. Oh my... Who scored? Oh, wow. I wish I was at that game. Okay, guys, I need to sleep, so I'm going to bed, and I'll try and do another preview ahead of the semis. Actually, no, I'll definitely do the semis. I'll bring you some more stuff soon. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe if you liked this video. Take care. Keep following my Instagram stories on where I'm following the games, because honestly, the insight I'm getting, you know, just in the stands, I am so grateful to be attending games. I can't tell you how grateful I am to make it to the games when I know there's so many people that are unable to, and the stadiums aren't full capacity, but my oh my are the fans making noise and coming to support their team. It's just marvellous. I'm enjoying every single second of it. Just a tad exhausted. So yeah, gonna hit the sack. Seems like Italy have won this one. And I'll see you soon.